Today we are making our winter skin cream, and one of the key ingredients is we're going to be rendering this beef fat into tallow. What I think is really cool about working with tallow is that for a lot of the other oils that you would need to make a skin cream, you would need a lot of special equipment, and just to be able to take that raw material and press it into an oil, unless you were doing it as a profession, it would be unrealistic to do that at home. But we have neighbors that have grass-fed beef, and they have this virtually free that they just give to us. So we just melt it down and then we can use it to enrich our skin. It's really good for the skin. The other special ingredient that I have here is a snow jelly mushroom, tremella. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is a special jelly mushroom that our neighbor harvested for us. It's really great for the skin. It helps to hydrate, and it goes really deep into the layers with hydration and offers a lot of antioxidants. So I'm going to be rendering these two together so the tallow will be infused with the snow jelly mushroom. I'm just going to be chopping this up into smaller bits and breaking it up, and then we want to make sure that we only heat oils on the lowest setting possible. It's better to have it take a little bit longer. Heat is not ideal for the longevity of the oil. And one of the reasons that I like to make my own skincare products is because I can see the ingredients every step of the way, and I know how fresh they are. For example, we know the farmer where we got this from, and we know that today is the day it is being rendered, and we can make note of that. And oils do have a somewhat shorter shelf life than just like a plant, say a dried herb. I think that's really important, and if you can make it yourself, that is very helpful. If you are making your own skincare products at home, you also know that they aren't going to have the preservatives in them that do keep them sitting on the shelves for who knows how long. Those are always good to avoid within themselves. The more simple the ingredients, the better. For example, I try to avoid even essential oils, so that's another one of my big motivations for making our own. So I'm just adding about half of this size mushroom, where it was, into the pot with the fat so that it can infuse for the few hours that it's cooking down. And then I'm going to powder the rest of this to add in. Once again, this mushroom was harvested and dried by our neighbor Nicole. This one is called a snow jelly. I think it could be called a winter jelly too. It has lots of different names. It's very hydrating to the skin. It allows deep layers of the skin to be hydrated. It's also high in antioxidants. Yeah, these are fairly abundant in our area, so that's nice. Our tallow just finishing up here, and now we are going to blend some of the other oils and prepare those. I have some jojoba oil that I've been infusing with some herbs, and I share the process on how to do this on a different post. And then we're going to blend in some other oils. The tallow alone doesn't smell the best, so I wouldn't mind using it for myself, but I want my whole family to enjoy using this cream throughout the winter. And since I don't use essential oils to mask the smell, we're going to be helping it out with some other oils. So we have some castor oil. This is the one that smells the best. It smells like chocolate, cocoa butter, and then shea butter and coconut oil. After I infuse the herbs into the oil, I like to blend it, and that helps to pull some of that the medicinal properties of the plant into the oil. So I just blend it for a few minutes before I strain it. So now I'm adding in a little bit of vitamin E, and this, it's not actually a preservative, but it has some qualities that will help just keep it fresh. And it's also good for the skin, so it's a double win. And then I also have some castor oil that I'm gonna blend in here. And these oils are the ones that we're using that are liquid at room temperature. And the other oils we're using, the coconut oil, shea butter, and cocoa oil, those will need to be warmed up just until they're soft enough. I'm just gonna give it a little swirl. So now our little bits of fat are looking crispy, and you can see there's a lot of oil in the pot, so it's time to strain it. I just have a wide mouth funnel, and then it's lined with a nut milk bag, or you can use cheesecloth. Just gonna pour this in. And this I don't squeeze with the potato ricer. Now I'm just adding the melted tallow to the oils that were liquid at room temperature. And next we will melt the shea butter, coconut oil, and the cocoa butter together. And then once those are melted, we'll combine those into there. So with the cocoa butter, I like to get these chips just because they melt more quickly. And this is probably the hardest of the oils that we have other than the tallow. This just helps it to melt quickly, but either will work. And then I have the coconut oil. It's a little softer. You could use a double boiler for this step as well, but I like the crock pot because it is lower temperature. And for these, I use unrefined oil. So now we have those solid oils melted, and we're just gonna add those in. This isn't too hot, but we're gonna let this cool here for a few minutes, and then we will chill it for about an hour or two until it's completely solid again before we do the next step. So I just brought this in, and it's solid once again. It was in the fridge for a little over an hour. That step takes quite a while. It always seems like, at least for me, I'm usually impatient and want that to go faster than it does. So I'm going to start mixing this just on the lowest setting. Once everything starts breaking down, I can slowly increase the speed. It looks much different. It's like a fluffy icing for a cake. Speaking of icing for a cake, this frosting bag, I think it's called a piping bag, works really well for getting the skin cream into jars. So I fill it up to the top, and then at the end I lift the air bubbles out. It's a little noisy. Alright, so that's how we make our winter skin balm. It's great any time of year, but it's especially hydrating in the drier months. This is a very rich cream that can be used as a night mask, and then if you like to wear a lighter oil during the day, or if you have especially dry skin, any time of day is great. The full recipe is on our website. It'll have written instructions and a little more details there. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.